Good morning, guys, and welcome back to it, your Friday edition of the Now Morning Show. We are in December and 'tis this season. So it is absolutely fitting that we are talking to perhaps one of my favorite people right now. Apart from Nisha, Lee Archibald, the event coordinator for the blessing of the Creche, Emily joins us this morning as they're going to tell us why exactly we need to be a part of this auspicious occasion to commemorate the Christmas season, or a big part of the Christmas season. Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
It's always necessary to have conversations about some of the major parts of Christmas because, you know, we get caught up in the sale and the painting of the house and all of those things. So the blessing of the Creche at the Archbishop's House is happening tomorrow from 4:45 p.m. till 6 p.m. That is a good bit of time.
6:30. So
exactly. So tell me, what is happening during that time period?
So it will start with lovely music by Johan. Johan is going to play the national instrument.
Naturally.
All of the beautiful carols that you know, he's going to play it on the steel pan. And that will take us from 4:45 to 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m., our Archbishop, His Grace Charles Jason Gordon, will come on and he will give us all a blessing. He will bless the creche, and then we segue into the beautiful little Emma singing a song that really is the summary of Christmas. But the way we've done it this year is that we've selected all of the songs that bring us back to the true meaning of Christmas. So even though we have a parang band that's going to be performing, it's beautiful songs like the Ave Maria or the Allegria that brings you right back home. So why we do this anyway, the true essence of Christmas.
Now, in terms of that essence, we have the visuals, the creche itself.
Right.
But a lot of people, again, may have lost the meaning over time. Right. At this point, it's just, you know, a nativity scene. But the creche itself carries a lot of significance. Give us a little insight into that.
So for that in particular, we see it everywhere, as you said. You go to the malls, you see it, and in every single Catholic church, you'll find it. If you drive around the Savannah, apart from the Archbishop's House, there's one at Hayes Court as well. And it really just reminds us of the humility and the simplicity of the Christ child. It just to bring us back to that humble beginning.
Absolutely.
And so...
You're absolutely right. That humble beginning, it really was, you know. And I mean, he didn't have a place to rest his head. And the music reminds me of that. That's how I remember it from primary school all the way coming up. Right. So, Emma, in terms of performing and singing, the piece that you are singing, it definitely has meaning. How do you see it? What does it mean to you?
Well, I see it as like a short pass back of the Christmas, of how we celebrate Christmas, really.
Now, Christmas is just 12 days away. I'm obviously not prepared. But Emma, your Christmas list, is it long? Do you think that you're getting everything on your Christmas list?
No.
No, you're not getting everything? Why is that?
I don't think it's possible to get everything.
Also, you have a long list. I like that for you. Now, in terms of this particular weekend and when it's held, Nisha, there is significance to that as well.
It is, and I'm glad that you asked that, because you're right. As soon as we hit December, everybody gets into that Christmas mood. But for Catholic Christians, we celebrate the season of Advent 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas.
There we go.
And it's a time for somewhat of repentance, prayer in our minds and our hearts for the second coming of Jesus. So we would have gone through that the first Sunday, the second Sunday. As we approach this Sunday, we kind of switch gears a little bit, because this Sunday we actually light the candle of joy. It's great anticipation for that wonderful day, for celebrating Jesus' birth. And I'm going to keep saying all the time, the true meaning of Christmas is Jesus' birth. So we use an example of her having her birthday party, and I'm sure she'd like to share that.
When's your birthday, Emma?
So we have our birthdays, but Jesus, he has his birthday, and that's Christmas.
Right.
And he came to save us, but this is when he's now born, and he had nothing to lay on.
So I'm really going to remind myself every time now that really and truly, when we get all those songs, all those stories, all of those things as a younger child, it's easy for us to recall that. But somehow, as adults, we kind of lose that. So these events really remind us, as you said, of the real meaning of Christmas itself.
No, I want to interject. As we celebrate this particular Sunday, as I say, we light the candle of joy. So we have 4 candles on the Advent wreath. this particular weekend, we really want to spread that joy, because if we look around and you're in the news, so you know there's despair, there's depression, there's devastation, there's war. And we want, in the midst of all of that we have some peace and some joy. And we want the families to come out. So it's an absolutely free event. As much as the courtyard could hold, I think probably about 200 people. There should be parking on the street. There's parking. We're hoping that we get some parking in the nearby compounds like QRC.
Right.
And of course, across by the Savannah. But we want people to come, the families, you with young children,
right,
and with their blankets, you know, like cozy kind of picnic style.
Nice.
And your beach chairs, and you sit down and enjoy the show, because it should be a lovely show. I have to say that I managed the event.
Right.
But the talent selection was Miss Tova Miller-Brooks, and she did a fantastic job. Like, she took her time selecting all of these songs to make this whole storyline so that you could really just sit back and be like, you get into the Christmas spirit after this, but you really just go back to the roots of it all.
That I can appreciate.
We could see some joy. We could see children smiling, and we could see people singing along. There will be some carols that you know, some that you don't know. But I could see families truly enjoying this event.
Right. Now, this is completely free and open to the public.
It is.
It's so that we are, as you say, walking with our little blankets and anything that we need in terms of refreshments as well to enjoy the show, right?
Correct.
You did tell us about Chakiri, but who else is on the cast besides Emma as well? Are there any other surprises you want to let out?
Well, actually, we have a good few. We have Nigel Floyd will be there. Gregory is going to play the keyboard for everybody. Holy Name Convent Choir is going to be there. Nice. And this is actually Johan, you see on the screen. Right? We have Vanessa Burgess. We have, actually, what's beautiful, though, you know, this is Tova, you see. Tova is behind-the-scenes person putting this entire show together.
Right.
So our surprise would be our seminarian choir. Imagine that. Our seminarians are going to sing for us, and they have a lovely set prepared. I want to put a plug in for the seminarians. This is One Voice choir you have on the screen. The seminarians we just actually celebrated the Feast of Christ the King as we close the liturgical calendar. We had a special collection for the repairs of the seminary. And I want to thank everybody who contributed. I mean, to understanding the need for our priests. And that last picture you saw was our parang band.
Of course, because we're getting everything.
Everything, a full mix.
Yeah, as we should, because it's Trinway Guru, and everybody will be able to identify with it, all carrying the same message.
Correct.
Now, one of those messengers is you, Emma, as you're going to be giving, as we said, that musical storytelling of Christmas. And I'm wondering if this morning you could give us a little bit of a sample as we get ready to close things off.
I could.
I thought you'd say that.
On one condition.
What was the one condition?
Am I allowed to say something afterwards?
Sure. Or do you want to say it before?
After.
The woman has spoken. In that case, once you're done singing, you send your message, Emma.
This is the season, beloved of the year. Sing around Christmas time, soon we'll be here. Tell the true story of Jesus' birth. When as a baby he came to the earth.
Is that as much as we're getting this morning?
Yeah.
And in that case, what did you want to tell me after?
I want to tell my cousin Zaria happy birthday.
Oh, that's an easy one. Tell Zaria happy birthday then.
Happy birthday, Zaria.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading over to the Archbishop's residence as we are getting ready for tomorrow. The blessing of the Creche is taking place. A reminder of the reason for this season. And this morning, Nisha and Emily joined us on the Now to remind us of exactly that. Thank you, ladies. Always a pleasure. Guys, we got more Christmas-themed entertainment and info for you here on the Now. Stick around. We'll be back after these messages.